So I've been doing YouTube for a little over 2 years now, and I've definitely been able to identify quite a few patterns within these different communities. First, it was the spiritual community. Okay, I was able to identify a pattern of having a superiority complex, with the idea of being woke and a chosen one, or being a bot, okay, being an NPC, whatever you want to call it. Okay, there was a lot of putting other people down to feel better about yourself. And I was able to identify that, and I talked about that in multiple videos. One of which was the problem with spiritual YouTubers. Okay, I've always been very vocal about why I don't believe that, people should have to put others down to find confidence within themselves, because that's not true confidence. It's confidence based on how other people perceive you. Then I talked about the red pill community and how they have a superiority complex. Red pill, blue pill. Okay, there's this idea of knowing the truth versus not knowing the truth. When people fail to realize that we all have our own truths, and all truths are true. Okay, your truth, your beliefs about reality shape your perception of reality, and thus they shape your experience. This is how the law of attraction works. But like I said, people get so caught up in their ego and they get so attached to these ideologies that make them feel a feeling that they haven't felt before, which is confidence. Or better yet, it makes them feel the illusion of confidence. But now I'm seeing the same exact mentality within the retention community. Now, this is why I try to avoid making myself a part of any community at all, because these communities tend to be very cult-like. And the reason why, what I believe, is that these people don't really have that confidence. Okay, a lot of people who are spending this much time on the internet, and I was one of those people too. Let's just say they don't have much going on in their actual day-to-day lives. And that's why they become so attached to these YouTubers or other influencers who, give them that sense of confidence, that illusion of confidence. But in all actuality, they're not giving them true confidence. Okay, because like I said, true confidence comes from within. And I'm not saying that I'm better than these YouTubers who do this, but I do believe that my intentions are pure. Okay, that's one thing that I can say. My intentions are pure. I want to help people find their confidence from within. I want to help people find themselves. I don't want you guys to be like me. I want you to be the best version of you that you can be. But in order to do that, you have to be yourself first. And I want to lead by example. But, when these communities pop up, it's very difficult for me to do that because people get caught up in their egos by becoming parts of these communities, okay? Or the illusions of these communities, because these communities are basically, the influencer taking your time to make as much money as they possibly can. They're playing into your insecurities, okay? Because like I said, most of the people spending this much time on YouTube probably don't have much going on in their real lives, and they're probably insecure. And that's obviously a very broad generalization. There's going to be exceptions to that. But overall, that's probably a true statement. Now, anyways, people who have this newfound confidence or this sense of confidence by putting other people down, which, like I said, that is now present in the retention community, people are getting lost in their egos, especially in regards to the idea of masculinity. Okay, the idea of being a masculine man. Now, I think I've touched on this before, and I'm going to touch on it again. This is one of the most toxic ideologies I have ever encountered in my life. Okay, out of the spiritual community, out of the red pill community, this might take the cake. It is a very, very big coping mechanism in terms of avoiding your emotions. Okay, people want to be a masculine man, or they want people to perceive them that way, but they don't want to do the work that comes with it. Okay, what does it mean to be a masculine man? To be a masculine man means that you are confident, you're courageous, you're building something, but most importantly, you're building yourself. Okay, you're focused on becoming a better man each and every day, because you know that nothing that you can build will ever get further than what you are as a person. Okay, if you want to build a great business, you have to become a great business owner. You have to have the traits that are necessary to run that business the way that you want it to be ran. So, this is where a lot of people get things confused. They want to be stoic, they want to be cold and confident and all of that, but that's not true masculinity. Okay, hiding your emotions is not masculine. There is nothing masculine about hiding your emotions. True masculinity is mastering your emotions. There is a difference between emotional suppression and emotional mastery. And that's where people get masculinity confused. They think that you're supposed to hide your emotions because that's not manly. And this is completely antithetical to the idea of true confidence and courage. Okay, it takes a lot of courage as a man to be emotional, especially to be openly emotional in front of people. Okay, most men are not willing to do that. And like I said, their coping mechanism, their way of masquerading this fear is to basically say that that's not masculine. They're putting other people down for doing that, when in all actuality, those people are the ones who are becoming truly masculine, because by embracing their emotions and expressing their emotions, those people are learning to master their emotions because they're taking the time to actually experience them. You cannot master something that you have not experienced, that you're not willing to take the time to learn. How are you going to learn how to master your emotions, your feelings, if you never give yourself a chance to feel them? And what you'll find over time is that this is not sustainable. You can't hold your emotions in forever. They will come out eventually. And when they do, that's where mass shootings happen. That's where all of a sudden, you have people doing things that nobody ever saw coming. Oh, he was such a nice kid. I never saw him shooting somebody like this. I never saw him taking someone's life. I could have never envisioned that in my head. But that's because you didn't know what was going on in his head. On the surface, he looks like a nice kid, but in all actuality, he's in pain, he's suffering. And you can only hold on to that for so long before it starts to slip out. And it'll slip out at times that are very inconvenient for you and for others, okay? And it can mess up opportunities for you. And, I need you guys to understand that if you want to truly be a masculine man, you cannot be hiding your emotions. I don't care what any of these retention YouTubers tell you. Okay, these people, they look masculine. You might think that they're masculine. They're putting on this facade of stoicism. They act like they don't care. But you don't know what's actually going on behind the scenes when they turn that camera off. You don't know what's actually going on in these people's heads. Me, when I turn this camera off, I am still the same exact person. Anyone who knows me in real life can attest to this. I'm the same person. I stand for the same values, on and off camera. A lot of these other YouTubers, they have the idea of masculinity confused. Okay, and they are selling you this illusion of masculinity. They're selling you a shortcut that doesn't actually exist. There is no shortcut to masculinity. If you want to be a truly masculine man, if you want to be a truly stoic man who is able to, take on adversity and take on life's challenges with a level head and a logical mindset, you have to learn to process your emotions first so that you can truly keep them in check. You can master your emotions and transmute them in a way that is conducive to a good life for you. If we were not meant to feel emotions, we wouldn't be able to. Now, like I said, the reason why a lot of men are scared to face their emotions is because they're afraid of how other people are going to perceive them. They're afraid that other people are going to see them as weak for being emotional. And some of them might. Some people might see you as weak for being emotional. But I'm going to let you in on a little secret that I've learned in life. The most judgmental people are also the most insecure. This is why you see so many people these days, especially in the retention community, saying that, you're weak because you're showing emotion. That's a feminine quality. Okay, true masculinity includes and incorporates femininity within itself. Okay, it makes room, it's balanced. It is divine. Divine masculinity is the mastery of self. Okay, you have to master yourself and all aspects of yourself. But if you're rejecting half of who you are, which is that feminine side, the emotions, the creativity, the intuition, okay, the ability to see things that aren't right there in front of you, not only are you going to be shortchanging yourself in terms of who you can become in this world, but you'll also be shortchanging yourself in terms of what you can build in this world. If you don't learn to embrace your emotions, like I said, they're going to come out at times that are very inconvenient for you. It might be when you're in that business meeting to take that next step for yourself. You're pitching your company to somebody. It could be when you're on a date with a girl, a high value woman who actually likes you for who you are, and you mess that opportunity up because you don't like yourself for who you are. Now, you don't have to believe anything that I've said in this video. You really don't. I'm telling you how I've achieved true masculinity. You might not think I'm masculine, and I don't care. That's why I'm masculine. I don't care what you think. I really don't. Okay, because I'm not living through my ego. I'm living through my soul. I don't live for other people's perceptions of me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. I would not be where I am right now. You wouldn't be watching this video because I wouldn't be making this video. I don't care what other people think about me because that never got me anywhere in life, and it won't get you anywhere in life either. You know, if you're constantly insecure about showing your emotions, about looking weak, that's weakness in itself.